So didn't explain to me anything about it. So when I did it, it was used in the way it was used. Y'all seen?
Okay, so what you're telling me doesn't make.
Garcia nervously responds to charges. Judge explains sentencing and plea deal.
We do.
All right. The state is silent on his application for deferred. Why should he have deferred?
Your Honor, Mr. Garcia has zero criminal history since very first offense. This was a property crime, so it was not a crime of violence or a crime involving any sort of drugs or alcohol. That's why I'd like for this young man to get one chance to keep his record clean.
All right. Why?
Your Honor,
Yes.
I apologize for interrupting. If I may, I
Yes.
have his criminal history. If you would like to see it for yourself,
Yes.
and
Do you have criminal history?
No, ma'am.
Have you
No,
ever been arrested?
no, ma'am. There is always a mix up when it comes to me and my father. So hopefully it's not just they're fighting my dad's stuff.
All right. So you've never been arrested? Okay. All right. If you give that back to the state. So why did you do this?
Garcia explains receiving the credit card. His story becomes tangled and contradictory.
As I've said before, it was big misunderstanding between me and the person who gave it to me.
What do you mean? Okay, let's start here because I like to go in order.
So
who gave it to you?
So previous conversation, I knew the credit. Me and Carl were talking previously.
No. Who gave you the card?
Carl through an envelope with nothing else besides here.
Okay. So continue.
So when he gave it to me, he didn't tell me anything. He said then all he said was, fill this out, go about your job. So while I was in the work van, I popped it open, was filling out things. 2 questions popped up. I clicked one of the options and proceeded to fill it out the way it was all done. It already had my social, my email already pre-fabbed into it. So I'm assuming without my knowledge and telling me, hey, I'm getting you a credit card, did so. Didn't explain to me anything about it. So when I did it, it was used in the way it was used. Y'all seen?
Okay. So what you're telling me doesn't make any sense. So I just want to make sure that I'm understanding you and that we don't have a breakdown of communication.
Judge confronts Garcia about unauthorized use and confusion over card ownership.
It doesn't make any sense to me what he's saying.
That's exactly what the police said because they're confused on both ends.
No, I mean, I'm not confused as far as what the police report is saying. What the police report is saying is that you were using this credit card for your personal items, not for business. So it says, Carl said Gonzalo has been employed with him for approximately 2.5 years and is authorized to use the business card for business expensive purposes. So can we agree that what you used the card for was not business expenses?
Yes.
All right. So then that's off the table. We now know that the card was used for things other than business expenses. So I don't understand why he is confused and he thinks that he had permission to use it for personal items.
I think he was confused that since his name was on the card and his name came first on the card, he thought he was an authorized user for whatever purposes as long as he paid the bill on that card.
Garcia opens up about lack of financial literacy and admits to negligence.
All right. So then the question becomes, does he want a jury trial?
No, he understands that the personal purchases that he made need to be paid back, and that's part of the deal. And that's why we're asking for adjudication to give him a chance to pay back the things that he charged to actually pay for those things.
Well, the indictment says that he confesses and admit, you have the usual on and about dates, and in Bexar County, Texas, that with intent to fraudulently obtain a benefit, he used a credit or debit card, namely American Express card, with knowledge that the card had not been issued to him. So his name is on the card. Doesn't that mean it's been issued to him?
Sentencing. Garcia receives 3 years deferred adjudication. Judge delivers a firm life lesson.
Negligence that I didn't discuss further with him. And I can't sit there and be like, oh, it's also his fault for not telling me because both parties are in fault at that situation.
State, is there anything you wish to add as it relates to fact issues?
No, Your Honor.
All right. Thank you. Are you currently employed?
Recently lost my job, but I'm working with Blue Ribbon Staffing Agency to work with HEB on their assembly line.
All right. This is what the court is going to do.
Stephanie admits to losing custody of her 7 kids due to drug addiction. Emotional shift begins.
And adopted them about 7 years ago.
Okay. So why was Child Protective Services involved?
Yes, Your Honor.
Why?
Because I was in a drug issues years ago. I moved to San Antonio 3 years ago. I've been living in my truck since then.
All right. So this offense is alleged to have, well, not alleged. I found that there's sufficient evidence to find you guilty. So this offense occurred September 2024. So how often were you using during that time frame?
I wasn't using. It was in my possession, but I haven't been using for 3 years.
So you were not using that day.
No, Your Honor.
So why do you have it in your possession?
It was meant to be sold,
Oh, okay.
to be honest.
All right. So is there, we're with her.
Judge, I haven't asked her about the background, but I can certainly ask her, and I think that if it is appropriate, I do think that you can do the referral and we can do the evaluation.
All right. So this is what the court is going to do. The court is going to sentence you to 4 years deferred adjudication. All right, we can go off the record. To be successful in this court, communication is key. Now, MRT, I said that you didn't need it, but obviously there are things that are going on with you because you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 children, and you don't have custody of any of them. And you still have not changed your ways. You are that person who.
Stephanie confesses the drugs were intended for sale, not personal use. Raw honesty lands hard.
But what will you think about it? Maybe once a week, there's somebody that's found in a field, and then somebody has to go out and identify the body. And usually it's they overdosed, or either they're with bad people who are upset with them. So 1 or 2 things are going to end up happening in your life if you don't get your life together. Somebody is going to have to identify you in a field, or either you are going to be in somebody's prison for the rest of your natural life. Do you understand? If you don't want that to happen to you, you're going to have to change your ways.
Yes,
I
Your Honor.
always tell people, you know what? Life is so simple. If everybody would follow the rules, wouldn't be a problem. Like children, when the parents give them curfew, if they say the curfew is at 10, if they would just be at home at 10, there would not even be a problem. But no, they want to push it. So from here on out, you cannot be pushing in that line. You know why? Because you're looking at 20 years in the prison.
Judge delivers a brutal warning: death in a field or life in prison if she doesn't change.